Yeah, I should win just because you had the Timberwolves in the 8th seed.
Vasilevsky's been playing really well, and the Lightning have great offense.
Yeah, it was a tremendous shot, and I've come to expect it from LeBron. I would say I wish the best for the Red Sox, but as a Yankees fan, that's really hard for me to do.
The biggest addition to me is Jalen Brunson.
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, and that's all I have to say. He's still a top 5 quarterback in this league, and there's nothing really anyone can do about it.
Why'd you have to name him? Like, seriously. Thanks, man.
Who would have thought 5 years ago that the Clippers and Nets would be facing in the finals?
How is Joe Burrow going to get the ball to them if his butt is already on the ground?
Crazy. And for the fans at home,
Hello, I'm Cy Mendenhall, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. And this has been a topic on several videos for the past 2 years. But, Austin, it just keeps happening. So this tweet came out right before we were recording that Trey Hendrickson is now going to be traded or is still on the trade block. I'm not really sure what this means.
Well, I think this means that he was added to the trade block. They weren't shopping him even though he had requested a trade before. But now they don't think a deal is going to get done, I presume, and that's why they're looking to trade him.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Because it always seems like teams could trade for him, but now it seems like the door is officially closed with the Bengals.
I wouldn't say officially closed, but it's nearing that point, and I do think he will be traded this season.
Okay. I'm going to say he doesn't get traded.
So you think he sits out an entire season?
Yes. Because I don't see how the situation gets resolved because there have been two options over the past 2 years and it just hasn't happened. So I don't see it getting resolved this season.
But, I mean, trades weren't really on the table until right now.
I'm sure a team could have always traded for him.
I mean, they weren't shopping him, though.
Like, would they take a 4th round pick for him?
Well, would you rather pay a guy for an entire season than get something in return for him?
I don't think they have. Do they have to pay him if he doesn't show up?
Okay. I think it's at least in some levels guaranteed.
I'm not sure.
It's definitely fines, but I don't think it's your entire contract.
Yeah, but they would be saving money a little bit, but could be saving more if they traded him. But to me, this is just, I kind of want this to end just so there can be something else to look at. Because he is a great pass rusher. I think if you're the Lions, I think he'd be a great pass rusher to add, especially with Aiden Hutchinson, because you don't know what Aiden Hutchinson's going to look like coming back from that injury.
True. I think there's a lot of teams that could add him, though. I mean, he has the most sacks over the last 2 seasons, the most sacks on second down, which is the most important down to get a sack on, and he just continues to be a great force, which, again, makes me wonder why they're willing to pay so much on the offensive side of the ball, but not on the defensive side of the ball.
It's a good question. I think they've been a team lately that just doesn't value high. They place higher value on offense and higher premium offensive players like Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, and T. Higgins, whereas they feel right now they can just get by with average defenders, which I don't think is the right move, but they're trying it out.
Do you think Burrow has any say in this?
No. Because I feel Burrow would be like, yes, just pay him. I want to go win. Defense does matter. Because that LSU defense was amazing, from what I remember.
It wasn't as good as their offense, but it was very good, yeah.
So Burrow's someone that, to me, understands defense and what it means for a team. So he'd be, and I'm sure he has a good relationship with Trey Hendrickson. So he'd just be like, pay him what he's worth. And then he just wants to focus on winning a Super Bowl.
Well, if you don't think that it ends this season, when does it?
Because this is his final year of his contract, right?
Well, I mean, but I think he got franchise tagged.
No, I think he's on a contract because he wouldn't have signed the franchise tag.
I think you have to.
Well, I think you can just sit out the year. Because that's what Le'Veon Bell did. Yeah, he is on a contract right now. This is the last year of his contract, and he's trying to get more. He wants more guarantees and a pay raise because he's only his base is right now is $15.8 million. So to me, I think it ends when the contract ends, which would be next year.
And why would the Bengals not just tag him?
I think they could tag him, but I think it would just be a higher price tag for them. So you could tag him, but that means you're going to be willing to pay him that money, and it would be an average of defensive ends, the top 5 defensive end deals. So he'd be getting around. They'd be paying him basically, I think, $30 million a year.
But a franchise tag's only for one season. But yeah, it'd be in that range at least.
I don't think they could do it with the cap.
I guess we'll see. I don't think that Trey Hendrickson plays for the Bengals again, I will say.
Yeah, it seems unlikely that he does that. I think suitors, though, I believe the Lions are on top of the list. Of course, many teams will want him, but who's willing to really pull the trigger and give him a big deal? I feel that's the Lions. You could even do the Eagles. I don't know what other teams that come to mind when you think about.
I mean, every team could use a star defensive end. I
But
already
who's
know
willing
that
to
Aaron
sign
Donald joked about if Micah Parsons was traded there, he came out of
Yeah.
retirement. If Trey Hendrickson was traded there, would he? Or what the conversations would be there? Or maybe a team tries to get Micah and Trey Hendrickson.
Maybe. I don't think Micah gets traded, but because I feel Jerry will give him the money. This has just been Hendrickson over the past 2 years. The Bengals haven't given him the money.
That's true.
So it's giving up trade assets for him and giving him a long-term deal. Relatively, I think a 2 to 3 year deal he would take.
I don't think you take a 2-year deal.
Okay. So you got to give. I think he wants double his salary, which would be around $30 million. So 3 year, it'd be a 3-year, $90 million deal.
At the minimum.
And at the minimum. In addition to what you're trading for, so everyone could use him, and it's a win now move because he's 31 for this season, and he'd be in his 30s. So it would be. To me, the Lions feel like the perfect team to do it. Maybe even the Commanders. That would be another team.
They did just the Commanders do have Von Miller now, so.
Oh, is he a free agent or trade?
Good question. I just know he's on the team.
Okay, but that could be a team that's willing to go win now because they were so close last year by just being in the NFC Championship game. So. Those are the teams I would say I could see making a move, but I'm really interested. Is it sort of like a Debo trade where it was only like a 4th round pick, or is it a 2nd round pick, even a 1st round pick for Trey Hendrickson? What goes into this deal?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on when it happens. I think if it happens now, the trade would be for more than it would be at the trade deadline, because at the trade deadline you have a lot less power, I feel like, than you would now. Would you agree?
That's a great point. Yeah. So do you see it happening now, or when do you see
trade
it
deadline? I think it gets traded at trade deadline. But I do think it happens this season, I will say.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to say nothing happens. And when the contract runs out, he'll get signed to another team. So that concludes our video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.